Hey, what up guys? Jeff here from TheFloatLife, and I was originally gonna do another open letter to Future Motion like I did over a year and a half ago about the whole right to repair debacle. But obviously that fell on deaf ears since their response video said they were looking into a distributed repair service model, yet their boards today are even more locked down than they were a year and a half ago, you know, with killing Rewheel and nuking Digitilt and NRF, which allowed people to repair their boards themselves super easy. So instead of an open letter to FM, I am here with an open letter to you, the community, because at the end of the day, it's not FM that's built this board sport that we love so much. It is you, the community of passionate riders, and honestly, some of the raddest people that I've ever met. Another day, another Future Motion lawsuit. Yes, that's right. Future Motion, the creator of Onewheel, is suing Floatwheel for patent infringement on not just one, but 4 of their patents. Dang. If you're curious, Future Motion has 75 patents related to the Onewheel. And they actually brag about that in their suit against Floatwheel. Now, whether or not this suit has any legal basis or they're actually going to be able to shut Tony at Floatwheel down, that's a topic for another video. But the strategy of a board sport company using broad patents to shut down competitors gives me like crazy amounts of deja vu, because the exact same thing happened in the early days of snowboarding. I'm a super nerd when it comes to all things snowboard history, and I also love to hear stories about how some of my favorite brands came to be. Heck, my 2 favorite podcasts are The Bomb Hole and How I Built This. A few years back, when I saw that HBO released a documentary on Jake Burton Carpenter, who was the founder of Burton Snowboards, and sort of how Burton got their start and their whole story, I was stoked. That was like an instant stream for me. Now, if you haven't seen Dear Rider, I highly recommend you check it out, but after you watch this video, of course, because if you go switching right now, it's gonna screw up our algorithm and this video is gonna get no views. So just wait till this video is done and then go check it out. The funny thing is, I've actually recommended this documentary multiple times to the CEO, the COO, the CMO over at Future Motion, because it'd be so easy to learn from Burton's early mistakes if you truly want Onewheel to be accepted as a legit board sport, which I assume is what they want because they're constantly referring to it as the world's first electric board sport. So far, I'm pretty sure none of them have taken my advice and watched it, which is pretty darn unfortunate, but it is what it is. So other than Dear Rider being a fantastic documentary all the way through, there's like this 10-minute section right around the 30-minute mark that is so relevant to what's happening with one-wheeling right now. It's ridiculous. Now, if you're not familiar with early snowboard history, I'll go ahead and just give you like the basic cliff notes here. Burton was by far the largest snowboard manufacturer, and they ended up acquiring the patent for the snowboard. And this really freaked out a lot of the smaller snowboard companies because they didn't have the same resources as Burton did, and they were just getting started, so they didn't have a ton of money. It's funny though, because the small companies were actually the ones that were doing a lot of the innovation when it came to new board tech. So they were doing things like, adding high backs to the bindings and getting rid of the fins on the boards and focusing more on the freestyle aspect of it as opposed to just the racing aspect, which is what Burton was focusing on. Burton actually started taking a lot of these innovative ideas and incorporating them into their own new boards and products. Starting to sound a little familiar yet? Now there's an argument here that that's messed up, but at the end of the day, the more people and companies that are dedicated to improving the board sport, the better, right? Well, Burton saw a competitor of theirs doing a little too well, and that was Sim Snowboards. They came out and started making their own competing contests. They built a pro team that kept crushing Burton's team, and they started building better boards. So what did Burton do? Well, first thing they did was poach Sim's best rider, Craig Kelly. Obviously, this caused a lot of bad blood between the two companies, so when Burton saw their chance, they decided to put Sims out of business by claiming patent infringement and suing the ever-loving crap out of them. Now I know you're seeing the connection here. Now here's where things get interesting. So the snowboard industry pushed back hard against Burton and actually called for a full boycott on the company. Check out these cool stickers they made. Burton tried to play the victim and it didn't work. They tried to say they'll donate all the royalties to charity, but that also didn't work. And then finally Burton had to just walk away, but not before permanently putting just this huge black stain on their reputation. What Jake didn't realize at the time, and he had to learn the hard way, is 2 things. When it comes to board sports, your reputation is everything, and it's your community that can really make or break you. And then number 2, Innovation can't happen in a vacuum. And competition is a good thing, and it's not only just good for the community, but it also pushes you to be the best you can possibly be, because there's no reason to innovate if no one's pushing you to innovate. Heck, I think it's pretty obvious to see that snowboarding would be nowhere near where it is today, and might not even gotten past its infancy as a legit board sport if Burton was the only company making snowboards. So now it's up to Future Motion to decide what direction they want to take the sport that we all love so much. Will they chase short-term profits and shut down anyone they consider competition? Or will they relax their monopolistic chokehold that they have on the board sport and let it breathe a little so one-wheeling can grow to its full potential? It's up to you guys. What do you think? I don't know. I'm just a guy. My name's Jeff. I'm out. Float on, my friends.